Your name is Dave Strider. The land of heat and clockwork stock exchange is bustling, full of crocodiles wearing untucked button-downs, sleeves rolled up, all barking and growling at each other. Some are wearing Bluetooth headsets and tapping on PDAs, but all of them look deadly serious. Among the throngs of crocodiles, mostly unnoticed in the Great Den, are several of your time clones. Most of them are from your past, making trades, and some of them are from your future, giving information to the past Daves in order to game the market. Taking a breather, you decide to consult with your lawyer. This idea is brilliant, I have to admit.
A little trust goes a long way, Mr. Strider.
It's much more efficient. Though as my lawyer, aren't you worried?
Worried?
Yeah, like, you told me temporal securities fraud is a crime, and now you're out here telling me to do a different, more efficient crime.
So?
Lawyers where I'm from don't usually do that. Their job is to get their clients out of trouble and avoid doing crimes.
The issue is now clear to me. This is a cultural difference. On my homeworld, lawyers are employed in order to more deftly get away with crimes, to aid the criminal by facilitating the clandestine perpetuation of criminal acts. Much more efficient, wouldn't you agree?
Well, you're doing a bang-up job. One of your past selves taps you on the shoulder. From the pocket of your suit, you withdraw a small piece of paper, which he nods at. The paper is torn from a notebook, covered in numbers from 1 to 100. Your paper shows the numbers 1 through 20 crossed out. His only shows 1 through 17. This paper system is pretty smart, too.
If you don't want the time loop to collapse and perish horribly, it would be prudent to create a shorthand notation to show where in the process we are.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm on step 20.
Right. Step 20, invest 20 boon bonds in Crockett Mortgage LLC.
On it. You step to a teller and push a pile of money across the table. He nods as you instruct him to buy 20 boon bonds worth of Crockett Mortgage LLC.
I meant to ask, what specifically happens if you do break the time loop? Our time player Aradia didn't exactly worry about the nuances of time travel.
Well, let's say I get advice from myself in the future. He says to invest in Crocodile Apple. That means to complete the loop, I have to go back and tell myself what I already heard later, because he's me from the future. It becomes an action that I have to take.
Okay, and if you do that thing, it makes a paradox.
Yeah, that's what happened when you killed the other John, or June.
Ahem. At the risk of bringing up a settled matter, how did my accidental, intentional, incidental case of a friend-related human side cause a doomed timeline?
Well, you killed them, but that wasn't supposed to happen, so it created a doomed timeline. That's where Dave Sprite came from. He's a Dave who lived in a doomed timeline for a while.
Why was June dying not supposed to happen?
That, I don't have any clue in the slightest, to be honest. But I do have a theory.
Huh?
I think the session we're in right now, and maybe even the session that you guys are playing, they're all part of a bigger time loop. A time loop so big we don't even know that we're on it. Think about it. You have a program that can see our entire timeline, right?
Right. We can see into your reality from beginning to end.
Exactly. How else would that be possible other than our entire reality being one big time loop? Where if we stray from the correct order of events, then causality collapses.
Oh, shit. I'll have to discuss this with Aradia. I'm so glad she's still alive and with us.
I mean, we can worry about that later. I don't really have a problem with deterministic reality. Ah, fuck, hang on, someone else is messaging me. You cross 20 off your card sheet, walking over to the bench to respond to a message from Carcat. You reason that since you can control time, you have all the time in the world to respond to anyone. It's one of the perks of being a time guy.
Dave, respond right now.
What's up, man?
I understand you've been talking extensively with Terezi.
Yep.
As the god of your world, I command you to stop. She is bad news.
Huh. This conversation feels familiar somehow.
I need you to understand something, Dave. There are certain mental differences between the males and females of our species. The males are typically more reasonable and cooperative, whereas the women are fucking insane.
That's pretty fucking sexist of you, man.
What the fuck does sex have to do with gender? Shut up and listen to me. Women, bad. Most of all the high blood women.
If you're trying to impress upon me that Terezi is crazy, I'm pretty sure I already knew that, Karkat. Like, she killed my friend June. Fuck, I keep fucking up her name. Why is it so hard for me? It's like I get it wrong once, and it makes it harder to correct myself. Point is, Terezi killed him, her, them. Killed the being now known as June.
Then why the hell are you cooperating with her? People like her are the reason people become disabled.
Why do you care so much about who I'm pals with?
I don't. I'm saying you shouldn't work with her.
Sounds like someone's jealous.
What? No. Your plebeian mind is mistaking concern for jealousy because you have the emotional sensitivity of a crawling insect. Why would I be jealous of Terezi for talking to you?
See, I was talking about you being jealous of me for talking to Terezi, but now you're bringing up being jealous of her. The jealousy layers go deep, it would seem.
I'm not jealous of anyone. And if, hypothetically, I was, I would be jealous of both of you for talking to each other. Oh my god. This is so embarrassing.
What? Karkat, is this your future self?
Oh, what the fuck is he doing here? Fuck off. I'm trying to stop you from humiliating yourself.
Little late for that, future man.
Shut the fuck up, Dave. No, let him talk. He's about to explain why you're humiliating yourself, and by extension, us. I want to hear this. I'm you simpleton. Ugh. The worst part about this whole fucking conversation is I remember saying exactly what you did. It's like my own personal shame Ouroboros. He's going to talk to Terezi no matter what we say, so just drop it, Karkat.
Future Karkat is talking some sense.
Impossible. Stop talking to Terezi.
You stare at the screen, dumbfounded. You don't know if you should laugh or cringe. You decide to feel pity instead, opening Terezi's chat again. Back, ready to tackle step 21.
Who was bugging you just now?
Karkat, but also Karkat.
Was he yelling at his past and future selves again?
Yeah.
What did he say about me?
He said that you were crazy and homicidal.
Duh.
You're not beating these allegations if I'm being honest. You stand up, ready for more stock trading and taking names. You feel like that guy in that movie about Wall Street, the one who screamed about greed being good. Gordon Alligator? No, that can't be right. Whatever the hell that douchebag's name was, you feel like him in your red suit with your piece of paper. You can't trust anyone in this croc-eat-croc world. It's every lizard for himself. There's only one guy you know you can trust. Sup? 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 Hey guys, I'm here looking for the Dave who has number 21. That'd be me. Where should I go? Head to the stone pillar beside the crocodile with the blue shirt. Then become me in a few minutes. Got it. Hey, what was up with Karkat, am I right? Oh my god, what a fucking weirdo. He's not that bad. Oh, does Karkat hit us up later? Yeah, don't worry about it. See? Talking to your future and past selves is easy. That Karkat guy could take some pointers from you. You see the blue shirt croc and make your way to the stone pillar behind him, becoming your future self. You are no longer Dave Strider.
Your name is Thelonious Chomps.
Your little crocodile feet are scampering across the stone floor of a high-rise, being led by the boss of the bank you work at, Antonio Crocodrio. Your little crocodile heart is beating inside of your little crocodile chest. Incidentally, if ever a body part of yours is made reference to, assume the adjective cluster little crocodile precedes it. Mr. Crocodrio opens the door into a large corner office, revealing a massive wooden desk behind which sits a figure that makes your blood boil. Don Camillo Alligatore. "Tell the Don what you told me," says Mr. Crocodrio in a cold voice. You step forward, fidgeting. You stammer, looking back at Mr. Crocodrio. "I just don't want to get in trouble. My wife, she just laid her first clutch."
"Relax, my scaly little associate,"
says Don Alligatore in his fake Godfather accent.
"You are amongst friends. Mr. Crocodrio says you have some vital information pertaining to my continued business enterprises."
"It's about the Night of Time," you stammer out.
"We are aware of the night. Spoke to him not a few hours prior,"
Don says casually. Mr. Crocodrio nods in agreement, crossing his arms. "He came to the bank and started trading with himself." You have to force yourself to speak. "Then he asked where the Lohack Stock Exchange was." Don Alligatore moved behind the desk to the front, revealing that underneath the table was lurking a long, menacing salamander, its eyes crackling a terrible neon green. You can't help but recoil in fear.
"Mr. Chomps, is that correct?"
asks the Don. You nod.
"Your wife, how many eggs are in her clutch?"
40, sir." You choke out, eyes not leaving the salamander, watching it lick its lips.
40 beautiful new crocodiles to populate this noble city. Isn't that lovely, Antonio?
Don pats your shoulder. "Lovely," Mr. Crocodrio hollowly repeats.
"Mr. Chomps, if the information you've given me leads to the apprehension of the Night of Time, I shall set aside 40 bonds, so each of you and your little bimbinos goes to the finest college on the land of heat and clockwork."
Your eyes widen. "Thank you, Don," you say, collapsing to your knees. The Don extends a hand upon which are 5 glittering ruby rings, each of which you kiss in turn.
"But,"
Don says in a cold-blooded snarl,
"if it does not..."
He snatches his hand away, causing you to fall to the floor.
"We shall dine on omelets for the next month of breakfasts."
The Don snaps his fingers, and his salamander follows him out, the 3 reptiles laughing as they leave you alone in the office. You are no longer Thelonious Chomps. Good news, Rose.
Possibly same.
I'm making big money moves, so I'll be able to buy the beat mesa soon. Jade says she's breeding frogs like fucking crazy. I don't know what the exact utility is of breeding frogs. I'm doing well too. Terezi's helped me make the big bucks at the stock exchange.
Against all odds, Dave, you are on the right track. I am trying to get to the bottom of the orb mystery, in order that I may discover where the timer's hidden. Doc is being evasive and wily with me.
Doc? The greasy guy who talks like a creepy uncle?
Ugh, the very same.
Fucked up.
Once again, you hit the nail on the head.
Okay, tight. Looks like we're on track. We have people to spare, like Dave Sprite. He fucked off somewhere. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'm sure he's fine. He's a complete badass.
And what about...
She's fighting imps, I think. I don't think she knows they're on our side.
Indeed. There could also be other enemies who have strong urges to harm us who are fighting her anyway. I'm worried about her safety.
I tried to tell her to lay low, but she just got annoyed with me. Not gonna lie, I feel like dog shit.
She was the one who got us all together into the game itself. Without her, we would be dead. Sorry. We should support our friend somehow. Preferably after we fight for our fucking lives.
Agreed.
Your name is Jade Harley, boss of the Imps. The Imps have moved your alchemeter and ectobiology equipment to your front yard. They're hard at work in 2 teams. Team 1 are tasked with tracking down the many frogs of Lofaf and bringing them back to home base. Frog obtainment. This is made easier because all of the frogs on Lofaf are encased in a delicate layer of frost, leaving them alive but inert. Team 2 is the science division. They're tasked with sorting the frogs out and alchemizing new ones from the originals. You've been coordinating these tasks with some new tools at your disposal, kindly alchemized for you with the help of Jade Sprite before she left. On your eyes are a pair of glasses, upgraded from your regular glasses you usually wear. The old glasses were fine. They upgraded your vision from inscrutable blur to reasonable definition, and without them your sight line is about as sharp as a Monet painting. Now, however, with your new and improved glasses, you can see even more. You close one eye, and the right lens of your glasses shimmer for a moment, your view shifting from the snowy tableau to a distant snowfield, your vision displaced from your body through space. You can see what's going on miles away, watching the Team 1 imps clumsily claw frogs from inside frosty puddles. Your other eye opens and turns down to your smartphone.
Hi, Dave.
Sup?
I'm not interrupting anything, am I, Dave?
No, and even if you were, I kind of have all the time in the world, literally speaking.
Oh?
Yeah. Not having enough time to finish the game is basically no issue to me. I can hide myself away in little pockets of time bullshit.
That sounds relaxing.
It's actually fucking not, honestly, it's pretty stressful. Because every time I make a time loop, I have to make sure to close off the time loop, otherwise bad shit will happen. I'll spare you the deets, it's pretty involved.
Oh, jeez. Well, make sure to close those time loops then, Dave.
How are your studies coming along as the Witch of Space?
That's what they called me on Prospit, but I'm not 100% sure what it means.
Well, I've got time powers, so presumably you'd have powers over space, meaning like, I don't know, teleportation, maybe being able to move really fast.
I do have these cool new glasses. I wish Jade Sprite told me more about this stuff now that she's plugged into the game.
She didn't? Damn. Though I'm not gonna lie, I'm not entirely getting along with DS either.
Oh no! Why not?
He's all busted up over bro. And I'm like moveon.gov.co.uk, my guy. My bro is a piece of human trash. A real shit person, just the fucking worst. You kinda lucked out not having any parents at all, Jade. At least from where I'm at.
Lucky? Yeah, super lucky.
Let's go back to talking about you in space. I just realized something, J-Money. If you as a space player could move really fast, and me as a time player could slow down time, would that not functionally be just the same power?
Whoa, I think you're right. Since it's all relative, time and space are thought to be linked and not actually two separate forces.
Okay, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Jade deGrasse Harley. Jade Harley the Science Charlie.
Dave, this might be weird to say, but listening to you makes me less stressed.
Wow, that is the first time anyone has ever said that to me in my entire goddamn life. But listen, even though my time is in abundance, I have to jet. I got big deals to seal. See you later, Halbert Jadestein.
Bye, Dave Ritz Stryharbor?
lmao. Okay, I know I said I had to leave, but that was a fucking stretch, Jade. I don't even know what scientist you were riffing on.
Oh, Fritz Harbert, the inventor of ammonia.
Ah, of course. How could we forget old Fritzy boy?
He was called the father of modern chemical warfare.
Jade, next time we meet, I expect you to compare me to a more favorable scientist.
You sigh happily. You like all of your friends, but Dave has a special place in your heart. Rose and June are great, but you always felt a disconnect from them when they begin talking about their lives. Rose and June both complained about their parents often, and while you empathized on the surface, you always felt a pang of jealousy that they had parents to complain about at all. Dave is different. Dave knows what it's like to fend for himself, even if he did have a parent. You've never told him, but you can feel an unspoken bond between you both. As you close your eyes contentedly, you can almost see his face. Those dark sunglasses he always wears shining at you against a backdrop of crimson lava. You've seen Dave on video calls and in photos, but he's never seen you before. You've always been too shy. You wonder what Dave would say if he finally met you. Maybe the space between you would finally disappear. On your face, you feel your new glasses tingle, fizzling with electricity. You open your eyes, feeling heat on your arms, your warm coat suddenly too heavy and warm on your shoulders.
"What the fuck?" says a blonde, sunglasses-wearing boy holding a briefcase.
Next to him, 2 red-colored bipedal crocodiles make knack sounds at you. Your eyes widen as you realize you're no longer on the land of frost and frogs. "What the fuck?" you echo the boy, gazing down at him in shock. You panic and stumble backwards, tripping over the small crocodile people onto your tailbone, wincing. Your glasses fizzle on your face once again, and you're somewhere else entirely. Now, instead of a flaming clockwork lava land, you're on a sweeping, broad plain checkered with patches of alternating black and white grass like a chessboard stretching far and wide. In the distance, fires burn, and you hear the faint sounds of fighting. The air smells fresh with an undertone of singed wood. You stand up from being knocked over, heart beating faster. Behind you are massive slabs of golden stone, inert and towering, crumbled and strewn about as if they'd fallen from the sky. Skya stretches behind you, and in front are the ruins of Prospit, wrenching open a sutured wound in your mind. The glasses. You wrench them from your face, away from your tears, gazing with blurry vision at them, as if they'll reveal their secrets to you just by being jostled around. With a whine, you realize that you have no idea how these stupid things work, and you don't know how to get back to your land. With another deeper whine, you realize that without warning, you've just met your best friend in person for the very first time in the least elegant possible fashion. God damn it! You cry into the air, the tenuous sense of peace you had a fleeting glimpse of, now gone. You are no longer Jade Harley.
Hey guys, update. I just ran into a human person.
A human person?
Human people are rather rare here in the medium.
Yeah, that's what I thought. This tall lady just appeared there in front of me, then vanished suddenly after looking shocked. Super tall, like holy fuck tall. Like I've never seen a woman so tall.
I think by process of elimination, we can glean who that was.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you, Jade.
I'm a little jealous, Dave.
I'm jealous, too.
Jade is the one of you who I've always wanted most to meet. Perhaps this portends a meeting in our future, Miss Harley.
I don't think she's going to respond. If I know me, which I do, since I am me, she's probably really embarrassed. I'm a little embarrassed, too.
Don't be. You look so badass, Jade. And you're, just really tall.
Dave, stop mentioning that she's tall. She could be sensitive about it.
Oh no, it's okay. Since we grew up on a deserted island, we never really had a benchmark for height, so the fact that we are tall is basically news to me.
Holy shit, if that isn't the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Thank you for listening to Homestuck Alternate Universe. HSAU is sponsored by contributions from viewers like you. To learn more, go to patreon.com/funkmclovin. This episode was directed, recorded, and edited by Funk McLovin. The cast, in no particular order: AE as Terezi, articulately composed as Rose and Mom, Bucky as Carcat, Captain Lazar as Jack Noir, Eclipi as Gamzee and Equius, Janaya as Kanaya and Jade, Pakin as Tavros, Technically Dead as Salix, Harper as Vriska, Shrimp as Nepeta, and West as Pfeffery. Art by Sunny Dionysus, Gastro, and Clown's Kiss. Supplemental art by Funk McLovin, based on characters by Andrew Hussie. Special thanks to Daft Class, Yo It's Crow, and Andrew Hussie. Homestuck Alternate Universe is not affiliated with What Pumpkin or Viz Media. To read Homestuck's original webcomic, please go to homestuck.com or bambosh.dev/unofficial-homestuck-collection. Thank you.